Substances that have the strongest attraction for H plus ions are strong bases. Lime, that is used to make the mortar that holds bricks together, is a very strong base. The oxide ion O2- that is found in the lime strongly attracts the H plus ions. Other base compounds only partially react with water. These are weak bases. Water has the tendency to equalize the strength of all strong acids and strong bases. When strong acids are dissolved in water, they lose their H plus ion to the water, and H3O+ is formed, which is a weaker acid than the original. In the same way, when strong bases are dissolved in water, they gain H plus ions from the water, and thus become weaker. This is known as the leveling effect. Although acids and bases react very differently, they are connected in similar chemical reactions. According to the Bronsted-Lowry definition, an acid is a proton donor, and a base is a proton acceptor. When an acid donates a proton, the remaining part can now accept a proton, so it is now a base. This is called a conjugate acid-base pair, and they differ by only one proton. This chart shows several conjugate acid-base pairs. There is an inverse relationship between the strength of the conjugate base and its conjugate acid. The stronger the acid, the weaker its conjugate base. And the stronger the base, the weaker its conjugate acid. This relationship means a solution can sometimes be changed from acidic to basic and back again, a characteristic important for all living things. Water can act as either an acid or a base. When a water molecule gives up an H plus ion to become an OH minus ion, it is an acid. And if it accepts an H plus ion to become an H3O plus ion, it is a base. This process occurs naturally, even in the purest of water, but only in fractions of amounts. With pure water, the amount of H3O plus ions is 10 to the minus 7 mole per liter, or 1/10,000,000th of a mole per liter. Although these are incredibly small amounts, they are measurable and determine whether a solution is an acid or a base. In 1909, a Danish biochemist, Søren Sørensen, proposed a way of measuring the concentration of H3O plus ions in solutions, and in the process, measure their acidity and basicity. It is known as the potential hydrogen, or pH scale. This is the pH scale. Some common solutions and products are listed above. The pH scale is in the center, and the measure of H3O plus is shown below. The pH scale is a measurement of the amount of H3O plus ions in the solution. Water is 10 to the minus 7 mole. The others range from 10 to the minus 1 to 10 to the minus 14. The pH number comes from the exponent. Notice that water with a pH of 7 is right in the middle of the scale. All of the solutions lower than 7 are acids, and all those higher than 7 are bases. Lemon juice, for example, is an acid. It has a measure of about 10 to the minus 2.5 H3O plus ions in the solution. On the pH scale, lemon juice measures 2.5. Bleach, on the other hand, is a strong base and measures 12.5 on the pH scale. It has about 10 to the minus 12.5 H3O plus ions in the solution. At first glance, the pH scale seems complicated, but it is really an ingenious measurement of the acidity and basicity of compounds, and a very useful chemistry tool. The acidity and basicity of compounds is at the heart of chemistry, and many people, from farmers to medical personnel, must know about the impact of pH levels if they are going to be effective in their work. Many substances act as acids or bases, and they react with other substances all of the time. Plants generally prefer neutral soil with pH ranging from 6 to 8, but each plant species is a little different. Roses, for example, prefer a slightly acidic soil of between pH 5.8 and 6.2. Peonies, on the other hand, may not flower if the soil is too acidic. Gardeners interested in having the most vibrant colors and blossoms in their gardens carefully monitor the pH of their flower beds. Experienced farmers know the pH of their fields is very important if they are to maximize yields, and they adjust pH by adding fertilizer. Even rainfall is carefully monitored for its pH. Most rainwater is between 6 and 7 on the pH scale, but rain with a pH of below 5.6 is called acid rain. Some rainfall has been measured as low as pH 3.5. The cause of acid rain is coal-burning power plants and the exhaust from automobiles. The burning of fossil fuel releases sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide, which combines with water vapor to produce acid. Acid rain harms both living and non-living things. It can corrode metals, marble, and limestone. Plants can be seriously damaged by acid rain. It washes the nutrients out of the soil, damages the leaves and bark of trees, and harms the root systems of plants. The acid in the rainfall also makes its way into rivers and lakes and kills fish and other aquatic life. The balance of acids and bases in the bodies of animals is vital for their survival. The pH in different parts of a human body varies considerably. Saliva is slightly acidic, while there are strong acids in the stomach and intestine that play an important role in the digestion process. The pH of blood is particularly sensitive. Human blood must have a pH between the narrow range of 7.35 and 7.45. Anything outside this range can lead to serious health problems or even death. Our bodies have a special method to keep the pH at a normal level. We maintain a mixture of acids and bases called buffers in our bloodstream, which release or absorb H+ ions to keep a normal pH. Bases and acids are fundamental to life itself. Both acids and bases are electrolytes, good conductors of electric current. True or false? Bases always react with metals. True or false? Acids react with bases so that the properties of both are lost to form water and a salt. This is called. Arrhenius defined acids as substances that generate hydroxide ions, OH-, when dissolved in water. True or false? Bronsted and Lowry defined a base as any substance that can accept a hydrogen ion. True or false? Both acids and bases are related to the concentration of present. A strong acid is one that readily transfers H+ ions to water. True or false? A conjugate acid-base pair differs by several H+ ions. True or false? The pH scale is a measurement of the acidity and basicity of compounds. True or false? When rainfall has a reading on the pH scale lower than 5.6, it is called